Yeah, it's working now. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry about the mic issues there. My microphone was not really working. That's the only way I can put it. Once again, hope you guys are doing well. Another Sunday, but this time it's a different one. We're streaming the new RHD simulation 767-200ER. Not the ER of the normal 200 today. Just one quick heads up, this is not meant to be a high fidelity aircraft, and it definitely is not. We're not flying on VATSIM today because I feel like it is just missing a few features which it kind of needs to fly on VATSIM, if I'm being completely honest. However, it can barely fly A to B, so that's what we're doing today, flying a flight from Atlanta to Cleveland. I'm going to be basically reviewing the plane on stream today. Anything that I find, I will send over to RHD simulations, and then hopefully they'll get updated. I want to say a quick thank you to RHD simulations for sending me a free copy to review on the stream. That's why we're even doing this. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. Alex, welcome to the chat, man. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us today. 767 and MSFS, we're getting all the aircraft I use explained for this is really looking fun, although the fidelity is low. Yeah, that's the only problem with this. Visually, it's a really good, a nice plane. Handling wise, I personally like it. The landings are fun, the takeoff is fun. It's just to me that systems are really lacking. That's the only issue I can see here. Because it has custom avionics, I'll just show you guys here. Oh no, they're not turn on, you're not fucking stupid. Yeah, it has custom avionics, it looks very nice, it handles very nice. Just the systems, the FMC is using the Asobo 747 one, which, not the working title one. The one before avionics update 2. Yeah, it is not got the best FMC, so it's missing the fix and the hold page. That's why we're not flying on VATSIM today. The cockpit looks like ass, to be fucking honest. I honestly like it. It could be better, but I like it. I mean, it looks like a 767 cockpit, so I do not mind it. But yeah, the main issue is just the systems. I'm sure if they are fixed, or if they are improved, I should say, if not fixed, if they're improved, I feel like it could definitely be flown on VATSIM. But for now, it is good enough for an A to B flight, and I'm going to be doing that today. We are going to be briefing our flight as we usually do, so let's just pull it up on OBS quickly. Where is it? There you go. So today we're flying basically northbound, making a bit of a zigzag kind of thing here to Cleveland. Quite some significant weather. We've got two jet streams, one at flight level 340 and one at 410. We got an occasional cumulonimbus clouds at flight level 400 over to the southwest of Atlanta, and then this big patch of moderate turbulence between flight level 250 and flight level 400, so we will be affected by that for the greater part of this flight. Wind is basically kind of a headwind, kind of a signed wind, so I'd say the average is not going to be too much though. No terrain on today's flight, that's no issues. Let's go look at the airport weather. Alright then, so Atlanta, we got winds 170 at 7 with 7 miles of visibility. Light to rain, scatter clouds at 3,400 feet, broken clouds 7,500 feet, broken at 10,000, 19 degrees, and the altimeter 3001. Cleveland, we got winds 290 at 12 with 10 miles of visibility, broken clouds 2,000, 16 degrees, altimeter 29.84. Detroit, winds 300 at 17, gusting 22. And a few clouds, 2,000, 3,000, and 15,000. So our airports are looking good. Atlanta's looking a little bit shit, I can't lie. But that's all, no worries. We're going to be Delta 25, 23 today, although we're not flying on VATSIM, so that's not really important. We have a cost next of 110. We're taking off at 250.4 thousand pounds. And landing at 237.5 thousand pounds. Zero fuel is 226.3. And we have a tailwind of 3 knots today. Flying at flight level 390, our trip fuel is 12.9 tons. Sorry, 1,000 pounds. 1 hour, 25 minutes of airtime. We're only doing one flight today. I know I said on my Discord goddamn. I know I said on my Discord we were gonna do 2. However, I don't really have the time for that tonight. Block fuel is gonna be 25 25,000 pounds. We're just gonna make it 26,000 pounds. I don't know, because there's no real way to set a specific amount of fuel. We'll have to go just a bit higher than this. Taking off runway 26 left today on the pad, good to departure via Smith. And then accepting runway 24 right into Cleveland. That's all good then. Let's go power this little plane up. Come on, where do I hide this? There. So once again, there's no traffic online, so no issues there. Actually, no, before we power it up, I'm going to be going just showing the exterior model. So I think the exterior model, like I said earlier, is very nice. I mean, the nose is looking good. Of course, you have the wipers that are here. I don't think all the probes are modeled, which is kind of a letdown, although there are definitely some probes. I think there'd be more. The landing gear to me looks pretty alright, although the tires don't really look the best. From a distance, it honestly looks fine to me. Then this part of the fuselage, I think this is good as well. The modeling is good. The engines, the texture here is a bit lower quality. But once again, I personally think that it looks pretty good. The rest of the engine is good as well. We got the back of the engine, which you can kind of look inside. Once again, that's looking good. The wing itself, I'd say, is once again good. I feel like some more work could have been done on the logo and strobe lights. These rods here, they look good though. Next is, of course, trailing edge of the flaps. They look good as well. Of course, could be better. Texture-wise, it looks fine enough to me. No one's gonna be this close to it, so yeah. Main landing gear then. Once again, the modeling here looks alright. Texturing could be a bit more high quality, I feel like. And then the same tires over there. So coming down to the back of the fuselage, I feel like the texture here, it like shows some wear and tear. Possible tail strike, not really sure. Next we have the elevators. Once again, same thing as the rest of the plane. Then we have the APU over here. Which, yeah, that's got nothing inside, but I don't really care about the APU, honestly, so it's fine. That's modeling-wise. We are now going to look inside the flight deck, which, to me, I feel like the coloring could be just a little bit better. However, I still think it looks good. Once again, we have the chairs that are nicely modeled. I also like that there's a wear and tear textured here. Same down here, though this is a little bit low quality, it's completely fine. I also like this smudge here. Thrust levers look good to me. The flap lever as well. I don't really like this green over here. Looks kind of weird. And the spoilers also, they are completely fine. There's no EFB in this plane, as well as no sim brief integration. That's also not a letdown. There's no sim brief. So yeah. Also, this wear and tear down here, that looks good. The rest of the flight deck looks good as well to me. And of course the orbit panel looks good, which is where we are starting today. So let's go turn on the battery. This is set to auto. And now we're gonna turn on the external power and get the plane fired up. So, I'm not gonna be using APU yet. Let's go to the status page then. Which this is custom modeled. I think that the status page is pretty good. We have the hydraulic quantity, APU, EGT, oxygen pressure, bulk cargo temp, and of course your flight controls, which I don't think they should be moving right now. There's if the hydraulics, yeah, the hydraulics are turned off. I'm not sure why they are moving. I'll definitely send that over to the developer, and of course the brake temp here. Then we got the engine display, which once again, I think that these displays look good. So yeah, I think this aircraft is suitable to fly today. Kinda. We're gonna be turning the no smoking signs on. We're not gonna be doing the seatbelt signs just yet. We're gonna be turning on the position lights and the logo lights. The damper 1 and 2 on, and we'll leave the hydraulics for when we're ready for engine start. Arm the emergency exit lights, and of course, just so everyone knows, the circuit breakers are non-functional, which is the case in quite a few aircraft, honestly, so not a big deal. Let's go ahead and do our loading, which unfortunately has to be done like this. So let's see, how much fuel do we require today? Around 25,000 pounds. So, fuel... 25.7, yeah. And now payload... 0 fuel weight 226.3, or payload of 49.7. We're just gonna make it to 50.7 because we cannot go nearer, unfortunately. That's one thing that I think should be added. So ident, we're 767-200 with GE CF6 engines today. Nav data is correct. Let's go pause in it. Put our GPS position in there. And then we'll put KATL in the reference airport there. Now once again, this doesn't work because there's no sim brief. If they use the working titles FMC, sim brief integration would definitely be there. I assume at least. And of course the other pages would be there. But for now we have to do everything manually, so we're gonna go KATL. Destination KCLE. No, we're not gonna bother with the flight number today. And now another thing, the jetways don't work. That is a bit of a bummer. However, once again, we just have to live with it. So our first waypoint is going to be Smith, Sierra, Tango Hotel. Then we're flying to Cemex, Charlie Echo, Mike Echo, X-Ray, Ibate, India, Bravo Alpha, Tango Echo, Tonio, TON, whoops, India Oscar, Taft, Tango Alpha, Foxtrot, Tango. Oh, we have to select one of these. It's going to be this one here. Then Taft, Jonan, Juliet Oscar, November Echo November. And now Hotel November. And then Janice. Juliet Alpha November. Yankee Sierra. And then wait, what's our final waypoint? That's our final waypoint. So luckily not too long of a route today. Let's go execute that. Departure arrival then. Departure runway 26 left. On the Padgett 2. Let's execute that. Legs page. So USR is in every thing here. Let's go pull up the charts for Atlanta. City Padgett 2. So runway 26 left. I don't know which runway that is here in Atlanta. I think it's, yeah, this one up here. So 26 left. Flying on a heading of 300 to MPass. 300 MPass. There's no altitude constraints either, or no, that there is altitude constraints, just no speed constraints. So Zealand 250 knots, not in there. Padgett, and then Colvin and Smith. That's great. Yeah, that's also an issue that I've seen. Is that you cannot select your own transition to the approach or departure. It just picks a random one for you, and you have to be lucky that you get one. So that's also something that needs improvements. Next, coming into Cleveland, we're landing on 24 right today. For right star, we are flying the Roland 2. This is probably gonna have multiple transitions as well, and we are definitely not getting the correct one. So we're coming in by collapsed to ILS 24 right. So departure, arrival, ILS 24 right. Roland 2. What's that? We're coming in from there. That's actually not bad. Oh, look. I didn't realize you can actually select other ones. My bad for that misinformation there. We're not doing any of these. But now, if I go to departure, arrival, departure, pad gets 2. Yeah, there's no departure transition. Arrival transition you can select. But now we just have to make sure that everything is set up. So on the pad gets 2, no sorry, on the Roland 2 arrival. From Janice we're flying to Zeppelin, so let's find that. Janice, Zeppelin, Getty, yeah, okay, well, we have the correct one here. Winner. Wait a minute, so Getty, Roland, Stone, Butterwa, whatever that is. Sorry about that. Alright, then there's still some things missing here, that's for sure. Yeah, the arrival, initial transition is missing. And then the departure transition is missing. So reserves, once again, 25.7. So we basically added 700 to that, so 8.9, 9.6. 9.6. Cost index is 110. And now let's do our performance calculations with SimBrief. 26 left, let's just calculate. So, takeoff to 49 degrees. So this is implemented. Takeoff to 49. Oh, I have to put it in here. My bad. Takeoff, flaps 5. And then you can use the, there's default ones. However, they're not too accurate. So 143, 138, 142, 144. So 138, 142, 144. I do not know our center of gravity, so we're just going to pop in 20. And the trim does not update. That's an issue. Alright, then thrust reduction, we're gonna make it 2,000 feet. And that's our setup complete. I completely forgot to turn to align the irises. What a stupid piece of shit I am, aren't I? Now they should do their shit, so I just need my metar. metartap.com/Atlanta. Altimeter 3001. So both of them are displayed here. You just wind this one, use whatever one you want. So altimeter 3001. Init ref, pause. Should work. Next, our speed of 144 here. 144. Heading is 275. Yeah, any direction works. It's a very slow scrolling process. I think that this might have to be sped up. Yep, 275 is set here, and for the initial altitude we'll simply set 39,000 feet today. And also one bug here, these letters are glitched on top of each other, which is kind of unfortunate, and it doesn't even have the it does not have the correct thrust value put in there. We're also going to squawk 2,000, even though it does not matter for us today. 2,000. We're not going to the frequencies work, however, only on this one. If I just do this, you can switch between them, which is a bit of a shame. However, what can we do? This has taken a while, honestly. I hope it doesn't, well, break. Anyway, let's not get the seatbelt signs on. Both selections do work, by the way. In the air conditioning, you can also switch between auto and here. Clickability of the overhead panel is pretty good, I'd say. You can do this. You can do anything, basically. I just want to wait for my irises to align. You know, what if we simply delete this? Delete invalid entry. What? Deletes? What? I don't want to restart the flights. I mean, they are a nav, a line. It could take some time, who knows. So yeah, let's go get the flight vectors on. Both flight vectors are in sync. And yeah, what let's do a quick briefing. So threats to be aware of, it's a potentially slightly less reliable aircraft. Let's just say it like that. So to mitigate that, we'll simply be doing as much effort as we can to keep it under control, basically. We have done a route check practically, so that's all good then. Instrument cross check, let's do that. So no, let's not do that. It's gonna be left seat takeoff today from runway 26, left flaps 5, noise abatement 2, air conditioning on, anti-ice off. In case of emergency, I will only stop the aircraft above 80 knots for urgent things such as an engine fire, an engine failure, or anything that makes the aircraft unsuitable to fly. I will call stop, disengage the auto thrust, simultaneously close both thrust levers, and then apply max reverse. Max manual braking as well. Call speed brakes up, reverse to as normal or abnormal. 100 knots, 80 knots, 60 knots, and runway distance remaining. If anything happens after V1, we will continue to take off as normal. Do no actions under 400 feet apart from raising a gear at a positive rate. At 400 feet, turn the autopilot on and select heading mode, and fly out 25 miles from the airport. Our taxi today is going to be taking us via, I think it's Echo today. Our taxi out is taking us via the ramp. Foxtrot 5 Echo to holding point Echo 13 for runway 26 left. And our city pad get to departure, which is going to be slight right, sharp right, slight right, and then straight ahead. All cross-checked into the FMC. So here we go, the RSs are now aligned. We have a custom PFD, which I like this one. We have the navigation display here, which... Okay, now it's correct. I don't know why that USR is in there. It's a little bit confusing to me. So anyway, I'd say now we are ready to go. We're gonna quickly get the hydraulics turned on. Set. No, parking brake is parking brake set. Parking brake is set. Okay. Now we'll do our pre-flight checklist. Once I just gotta pull it up because I do not remember it. So, gear downlock pins are moved. Oxygen. Oh yeah, you can test the oxygen in this plane. You have to just click here. Test of 100%. Flight instruments. We got heading 275, altimeter 3001. Parking brake on. Fuel control switches cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete. I'm gonna press Shift P to start the pushback. And now we will simply get the red anti-collision light on. Fuel pumps outbound on. Center off. Now these ones are functional. They update in real time. So that's a nice feature, I have to say. And yeah, before we start checklist then, flight deck door. Which, by the way, just so y'all, if y'all want to see, it opens and closes. So flight deck door is closed and locked. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. Fuel required is 24,000 pounds. We have 25,700 pounds on board. Pumps are on. Heading MCP V2144 heading 275, altitude 39,000. CDR preflight is completed, rudder and aileron. Trim is 0 units. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed, red anti-collision light on. And transponder is on. As required. Default start checklist completes. So let's just gonna quickly release the parking brake in a minute. Turn down the music. As we get out of here. Did I miss any chat messages? Nope. Alright then. Why is my music not pausing? Okay, there you go. Now, we shall release the parking brakes and we are out of here. Clocks, unfortunately, are not implemented yet. Once again, if using the working title 747 systems, that would be implemented. Sounds in this plane, I'd say they are all right. Not the best, of course. I'd say even P and the G default sounds are better than this. But then again, I don't mind them. For a 25 euro plane, I'd say it's alright. So we're clear of that line. Let's go set engine number 2 to ground. Go on the engine display now. I just realized, right? I forgot something. I forgot something important. I think you can maybe hear what I forgot. Yeah, I wonder what I forgot, guys. For some reason, the external power is working, but we're gonna switch to APU generator. Now, this is set to ground, and the engine is looking alright. I don't know why we're so laggy all of a sudden. But yeah, let's inject fuel now. And start up this engine. A very laggy engine. I do not know what the fuck is going on right now. Just my laptop tweaking a little bit. That's a good way to put it. So I think that the engine is, well, almost started. No, it's not actually. That's interesting. Alright, now it should be. Let's go set this one to ground. and then monitor the indications, which to me the indications they work at least. So N2 is rising now. Oil pressure is rising. And the N1 is slowly rising. So 20% inject fuel. And once again, start sounds aren't the best in this plane, but yeah. Now they should be complete now. Well, once we see this go back, yeah, they're complete. So turn off the APU generator, turn off the APU. We're gonna set flaps 5 now. I don't think there's any specific sound for the flaps. I think there's a very slight one. Yo, why is my MSFS audio not MSFS audioing? Can y'all even hear my Microsoft Flight Simulator? No, what the fuck? That is actually so confusing. Why though? There you go. Alright then, sorry that y'all missed the start sound, that's my bad. Anyway, engine animations, I think that they're once again alright. Yeah, let's just fix my VPod audio again, even though we're not using it. Right then, so now we're gonna do our flight control checks. So we're gonna go left, right. I'm gonna show you how that looks as well. Now speed brakes are implemented. I do like that. I do quite honestly like it. We're gonna go up, down, neutral, and the rudder left, right, neutral. There's no recoil in this plane, so we're just gonna be turning, arming the auto thrust, LNAV and VNAV. And yeah, I don't really feel like doing the after start checklist, so let's just go. Mainly because it's so laggy. Taxiing this plane feels a little bit weird as well, I'm gonna be real honest. However, it's not necessarily bad. Just I need quite a lot of power in this turn. Quite a lot. Once I'm out of that turn, I will need slightly less thrust. So let's set the auto brakes to RTO. Now, one thing that I do think. Okay, no, that is not the navigation display light. So the display control, the brightness control. I'm not sure where it is in this plane. Yeah, let's hold our position here while I attempt to figure that out. It's not on the overhead panel. That seems kind of logical. Is it down here? Brightness is here. So that's the brightest it will go. Oh well, it's good enough. I can see a little bit more, although it's very difficult to see your ground speed here. Yeah, the engines don't really sound the best, especially on low power settings. Once again, need a lot of thrust in these turns. Which I don't think using 60% thrust in the turn is really normal. So we're going to be rolling down all the way to the end. Oh no, not all the way to the end, but almost to the end. And I mean really almost. Goofy sound there, can't lie. So yeah, sounds, although from videos that I've seen, this is still miles better than the 300ER that they have. We're still needs quite a few improvements, this one. Now one thing before takeoff, this plane does not have a toggle switch. I've lined the control shift T to it, which sets auto throttle to go around. And that does not select the thrust that is calculated here, 75%, as well as the arrow, for me at least, that's 87.9. Yeah, the arrow is showing a bit too high there. I think that the arrow thinks that this is 100%. The arrow thinks that this is 100% thrust, which is not. Near departure briefing then. Flaps 5, takeoff runway 26 left, air conditioning on, anti-ice off. Right hand turns today. Case of emergency 25 nautical miles on runway heading. So let's get going. Gonna turn on my transponder now, sorry, my TCAS, which I have lost already. And that was a very sharp turn that I did. Kind of a 777 type of lineup. Although, it doesn't really work like that. I'm gonna leave the sim sounds at what they are right now. And we're not gonna be using checklists either today. I will, however, do a pretty funny type of lineup. There's also a glitch where if you go to outside of view and back in, some sounds take a second to load, which is no, a literal second, which is a little bit annoying. But then again, what can you do? You know, you're not switching every 5 seconds. So here we are. I'm just going to be demonstrating what pressing Control Shift T will actually do, or what pressing bind the toggle switch will do. So it's stuck at 87, which is incorrect anyway. Control Shift T. It spools the engines up. That's good. Overlook, it's 87.9% selected here. We initially put in 72%. You know, 77%. And now it's jumping up to that default of, I think, 89.2. No, it's actually just skipping right past it. So that is a bit of an issue that I see there. Let's go redo the auto brake. And now I'll simply set 77.2% thruster manually. Come on, bit more. Good enough right there. Alright then, so thrust set, airspeed alive. $80 knots. Who's crossing the runway over there? Okay. We are running out of runway, guys. We are running out of runway. Alright then, V1 and rotate. Oh, that was sketchy. That was sketchy. I do not think we would have been able to stop it there, quite honestly. Alright, following the flight directors now. Yeah, no, I think I'd rather apply just about 95% thrust. Yeah, we barely cleared those trees, man. Holy shit. Barely. Alright, then there is a bit too early of a thrust reduction. I'm actually going to be pitching up to keep the thrust to flight procedure. And then 2,000 feet, pitch down now. And now we are on auto thrust, so that's good at least. Now, I think that the flap speeds are way too high. In what plane do you select flaps? Is the flaps 5 speed? 233 knots. So flaps 1 speed, check flaps 1. Yeah, and the flaps 1 speed is above 240 knots. That is definitely not realistic. However, we are flying, so I guess that's good. Let's go pitch up now to maintain 240 knots. And well, hand flying is fun. I just want to show how the autopilot does its work. Do not know where my flight vector is going. Oh yeah, the plane is missing an FMA. Important detail. And the plane does not seem to be following its shit. Let's go re-engage LNAV mode. And it's telling me to pitch down while we're going too fast. Okay, this plane, yeah. The VNAV honestly is lacking as well. Heavily. If only it used the working title simulations one, it would be good, honestly. So let's go autopilot on now. Landing gear, fuck. That is kind of ironic that I forgot that. Anyway, we're leaving it landing now. We still have flaps up, and that's going to continue past 10,000 feet. I want to see if this plane does in fact accelerate past 240 knots. Why are we reducing our thrust? Excuse me. What are we doing? What are we doing? Plane? Climb. Why is it climbing at 77, sorry, 79% thrust? I know this plane can do more. What is this? Why is it trying to do vertical speed? Flight level change? Doesn't work either. That is really not good. Yeah, we're climbing out at 700 feet a minute now. And okay, 10,000 feet now. No, not yet. It's 9,000. Come on. 10,000 feet. Okay, at least it likes to accelerate. And that is good. However, the auto thrust and the VNAV is really, really lacking. Right, the flap's up now. Finally, at 10,000 feet. And I'm quite honestly fucking fed up with this damn auto thrust. So we have to do manual thrust. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I do not think that this is good. That we have to use auto thrust in this plane. I mean, we'll use it to reach cruise, I guess. We'll use the auto thrust to reach cruise, and if the auto thrust doesn't do its shit in cruise, I am quite honestly considering just canceling the stream. Because this is really not good. So now we are maintaining 312 knots with our thrust, not auto thrust. We're manually flying. We're doing manual thrust now. Like if I do this, it'll do that. So yeah. I'm just gonna set 93% on the thrust for some shit. No, I wanna go 95. Anyway, let's go to the engine view, because I do have to say, I feel like the wing does look pretty good. Now, in the case that the auto thrust does not work during the cruise, like I said earlier, I will be unfortunately ending the stream earlier if it doesn't work. However, everything that we have found during this stream, I will drop a kind email over to Desperate RHD and provide some constructive feedback, because I really do want this plane to be improved. I believe that it is very doable, because I can see that effort has definitely been put into this aircraft. I can see. It's a solo project as well, which makes it quite impressive. It's one person working on this. So I think that it is, while not good, I believe that it is kind of understandable that some of the obvious bugs just slipped under the radar. I do find it kind of understandable because it's a solo project. If this plane, however, is improved, will be sure to fly it again. I will support this project because I see potential in it. By just using the working title simulation 747's systems for the VNAV, for the FMC, radio, the clock, all that. If it used that, I'm sure that it would be VATSIM ready. For the fixed page, for the whole page on the in the FMC, working title has it. Working title has it all. How's the speed looking? Yeah, we're doing good on the speed. So yeah, working title has all of those features, and I definitely feel like if those features were put into this plane... Now, I'm not really sure if that's legal. No, it is, because Captain Scam did it. But yeah, I feel like if it just had those features, it would be good. Will be VATSIM ready and a very fun plane to fly. SimBrief integration comes with the working title as well. A proper weight and balance menu comes with that as well. Airway integration comes with that as well. Oceanic waypoints comes with it as well. So yeah, once again, if it goes wrong during the cruise, I will definitely be sending that information over to RHD. Because I do want this plane to be improved. I know it's not meant to be a high-fidelity aircraft. But then again, is the working title 747 a high-fidelity aircraft? No, but it's definitely, it's VATSIM ready. I'll just say it like that. Hey Pookie, what's up, Skystream? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us today. Just to inform you, this plane has got a few issues with the auto thrust, so if it continues to go wrong, I will unfortunately have to cut off the stream once after we reach cruise level. If the auto thrust doesn't function, we'll simply... I'll leave my final thoughts on this plane. You rather do Denver to Aspen? That's a nice flight, man. Hope you enjoy it. Which aircraft are you taking? I'd assume some private jet, right? Or maybe some Embraer? E175 SkyWest, that's nice. You know, I really wish that the A320 was allowed to fly into Denver, because I don't have the E175. Now, and I don't want it. So I can't really fly that route. However, I can fly plenty of A320 routes from Denver. Or how about an A380 on that route? Now, that sounds like it's very doable. I have to say, though, I love this livery. It is just beautiful. And now that's without reshade, that's with reshade. Yeah, I do it basically every flight, where I just check how my game looks with and without reshade. It's kind of funny. And I always prefer it with reshade. Oh, yes, guys, one question. I saw you were flying the A320neo the other day on the stream. I didn't have time to join, but I'm curious, which A320neo did you fly? The indie builds or the fly-by-wire? Because to me, the fly-by-wire is better. As many of you the channel know, fly-by-wire Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I do not like the indie builds, honestly. It's not bad, I just don't like it. You're streaming today as well? Oh, really? What time are you streaming, man? I might actually join today. Just give me the time zone and I'll convert it. Nashville and Norfolk, 737 Southwest. Wonderful. What time? 2 p.m. CST. 2 p.m. CST to UTC. That's gonna be... Yeah, I can join today. I can join. If I remember to Skystream, I will pop in tonight. That's in about 2 hours. I'll be sure to pop in tonight, yeah. You should fly along. Thing is though, I have school tomorrow, so I cannot be staying up late. Since it's starting at 9 p.m. for me, I can't fly along, unfortunately. And also, I don't got a Nashville scenery. And it's not a problem. There is no freeware Nashville. I could, but yeah, it's gonna be too late anyway. I'm just gonna add more thrust. I want to climb fast. Anyway, it does follow the LNAV path quite well. I think we did Southwest ops last stream. It was pretty fun. No. What was last? Was last stream the Southwest one to Burbank? No. Last stream was the Swiss Air one. Before that, we also did Southwest. I love Southwest. Next week, yeah, we'll take the Airbus out next week for a good old spin. Or how about? Although, because we've flown the, how about the 747 next week? Hey, that sounds good, honestly. I want to fly my 747 again. Take that Queen of the Skies out for a spin. That would be amazing. Thing is, though, I do not know what the routes. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's difficult because there's not many, there's no real short haul routes, so I'd have to make up some fictional cargo routes for the 7-4. Which I don't mind doing a fictional cargo route because, well, in the real world, they just fly wherever they need to deliver cargo. So that's reasonable, I guess. I want to do it in Europe, though, preferably. Although both are fine, USA. Even Asia is good. We could do... That's a realistic-ish cargo route in the 7-4. Somewhere to Anchorage. But then again, that's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a long flight, which I'm not in the mood for a long flight next week. Especially because I have to get up at 6 a.m. the next morning. I think we'll do the AP20 next week, then some 747 the week after that. That sounds alright. So we're almost at cruise. It's 25 minutes airtime, god dang. Yep. I've actually done a shorter flight from Denver. I did Denver to Colorado Springs. 15 minutes airtime. I'm doing Denver to Aspen off stream right now. Okay. You could probably do both legs and still be right on time for stream. Not probably, you could do both legs. I'm gonna get some water real quick. I shall be back in about 20 seconds, so you count it if you want. Back with water. Do you think? Do I think what? Oh, my landing lights. That is a mistake on my side. Oh, look at this bad boy. Look at him fly. Do you think I will butter it? Yes. I'm gonna fix my camera angle just a little bit more. Yes, look at this. Spirit of Delta. No, why did I reset it? No. Oh, this reminds me of Owl's thumbnails. Beautiful. I'll make my thumbnails while APU starts. That's good. I usually make my thumbnails like about a few hours before. But this image right here, what we're seeing, reminds me of those Owl's FS thumbnails. Ooh, I swear those are always a work of art. After your stream, could you help me with my drone cam? What's the issue? I could probably help you right now. It won't work. So basically, you can always go here Go between cockpit, external, and showcase. When I use my arrow keys, it won't let me zoom left to right. You use your WASD buttons. That's what you use. You use W is forward, A, S, and D. To zoom, you do plus or minus or the scroll wheel. No, scroll wheel doesn't work. To panel left, you do the 6 on the numpad. So panel right is 6 on the numpad. Panel left is 4 on the numpad. 9 is roll, 7 is roll other way. Down, sorry, 2 is down, 8 is up. And F1 is focus. What's out and in? Zoom out and zoom in, you mean? Like this. The big plus on the right of your keyboard and the minus above it, at least for me. So once again, a quick recap. F1 toggles autofocus. 8 is look up. 7 is roll left. 9 is roll down. 4 is pan left. 6 is pan right. 1 does nothing. 2 is pan down. And 5 is resets. My number keys won't move my cam. Is it the one on the actual numpad? Like the group of 9 keys but next to your keyboard. Like on the keyboard next to the letters. The like group of them. Not the one on top of the letters, the ones like the group. What do you mean? So basically, 100% keyboard, right? I'm just gonna look it up, basically. Open image in new tab. Why is it so low quality? Open image in new tab. Yeah, so not these numbers at the top here. Oh wait, I have to actually show you guys. Hold up. Display capture. So yeah, not these numbers at the top here. These numbers here do it. Just maybe you use the wrong ones. So anyway, now I think it's time for the grand reveal. Will auto thrust work? I don't have those. Oh, fuck. I don't know then, honestly. Alright, so now let's just see if this properly captures it. It's increasing my thrust. I figured out thrust, okay. So now the plane should increase the thrust to pick up the speed. So it's stopping at 85% N1, and the speed is dropping. That is not really good, is it? I'm not sure if we can really continue flying, because well, it's gonna drop towards stall speed, and then if it does that, I think that is not good. Just a feeling I don't... Yeah, the auto thrust... It is providing us too little thrust right now. If I go speed mode... VNav again. No, it still does not work. What if I go speed? Yeah, it doesn't work. That is really unfortunate. So on that note, I don't think I really want to continue flying this plane because, well, we'll have to go manual thrust, which is not really good. It's going to be taking us too much effort to make it over to Cleveland. So now I shall be providing my final thoughts on every section. The visuals, great. Textures are good. One issue that I have found, that is when the landing gear is down, this panel is just a bit done. The modeling is alright. The modeling is good enough. The cockpit, I think, is good. The tires need a bit more modeling. Texturing-wise, I think it's good as well. The wear and tear, I think, could have a bit more resolution. And maybe check the color of it. And that is all. Next, the handling. I think it handles very nicely. It is, I'd say, a little bit similar to 737, but a bit more heavy. I'm not a really good judge of the flight model. However, I think it's good. The flare is pretty nice. And yeah, sounds, I feel like they could be a little bit better. However, you can still tell that you're flying a GE CF6 engine, and that is good. The rest of the sounds I think are fine. Just the slight delay in the air conditioning sound is pretty important, I'd say. Next, the systems. That is the thing that I think needs the most improvement. It is lacking quite a bit. There is no fixed page, there is no hold page, there is no airways, there is no arrival there's no arrival transition or departure transition. No, there is arrival transitions, but just not enough. No, the final arrival transition is good, but the initial one is not there. The departure transition is also not there. There's no sim brief integration, and there is, yeah, no proper way to control the weight and balance. The auto thrust is lacking. The VNav is lacking. There is no FMA. There is also no glide slope or localizer indication. And you cannot really switch here. For example, here, if I click this button, it does not switch. Ident works, however, that is good. The VORs work all fine. So yeah, if Jesper is watching this, I'll say it is a good plane. You can really tell that effort has been put into this aircraft. You can really tell that. It's just that it needs a little bit more work. It's a great plane, it's fun to fly. It really is. I enjoy flying the plane. Hand flying is fun. I think it's a good plane to fly. Just the systems, they need some work. And most of those systems can be taken from the working title 747. The clock, everything else, it can be taken from it. A few things might need to be done manually. So I really hope that this aircraft is improved, because I like it. I really do believe in this project and that it can be made a lot better. And I would be very happy to help out with anything that I could do, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, guys, there are my thoughts. I shall be emailing everything that I discussed today in this stream to Jesper over at RHD Simulations, providing some constructive feedback, some ideas on how they could be implemented, and just yeah. Once again, I do really appreciate, of course, Jesper having the kindness to send me this add-on for completely free. It does mean a lot to me. I do really feel appreciated. No, sorry, that's what I was wrong. That was the wrong phrasing. I do really appreciate it, and I will be absolutely happy to showcase any updates that come out. However, on that note, the auto thrust issue is a bit of a big issue, and I don't really think it's gonna be. I don't really have the patience to do the manual thrust the entire flight. So unfortunately, I'm gonna be cutting the stream short. And yeah, once again, I'm sorry, but I really cannot fly with manual thrust for this time. Once again, everything shall be emailed over to Jesper, and if it's improved, it'll definitely be showcased on the channel again. So with that, thank you all for joining me on today's stream. Also, Jesper, I'm very sorry for having to cut off the stream early, not being able to showcase the landing of this plane. However, I have given my full, honest opinion on it. So yes, once again, thank you all for joining me today, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.